Hi, today we will learn Indonesian language or Bahasa Indonesia about second function of suffix ka. We already learned about this first function of suffix ka in the previous video. Now we will learn the second function, which is S suffix for question word, in English 5W and 1H, or can be 6W. 6W's word, question word with 1H question word. We will put it in the sentence. The kah itself, second function, because first function already learned. When we have to put at the end or after the question word, it's for strengthen the question, or it can be also to make it more polite or politer, and it can also mean more formal, even though the question word is already formal, but when we have to put the suffix ka, it's more formal. So when we have to say it, or we question or we ask Mr. President or the king, or in really formal occasion, sometimes we have to put the ka as suffix for our question words. Make it softener or softening to make it politer, or can be also strengthen. I keep repeating. Yeah. Apa is what. These three sentences have same or similar meanings, but we can ask it in three ways. First, apa kamu sakit? Apa is what, kamu is you, sakit is sick or ill or hurt. In Indonesian language, for hurt or ill or sick, we use one word, which is sakit. So when you have to ask someone, are you sick? We say it with what you sick. Apa kamu sakit? What you sick. Even though it's translated as are you sick, but word per word is what you sick or ill. Here we put the suffix ka. Apakah kamu sakit? So apakah, again I will repeat, more polite or politer or softener, or for someone you respect, or to Mr. President or to the king, we have to put the ka to make it a bit more polite or more formal, even though this one already formal, but this is several degree or levels more. And to strengthen, apakah is like what or what, but this one is like are, like that. And sometimes we ask this to little kid or little children to make them feel a bit respect or politer or softening. Apakah kamu sakit? What you sick, but translated as are you sick? Or can be also sakitkah kamu? This one using the kah in the first function that we already learned in the previous video. We put the ill or sick, suffix kah, and then you. Sakitkah kamu? So this one to friend, someone you already know for long. This one for polite or someone you already know. but it's like friend. This one is a bit I cannot say it's informal because it's formal. Let's say it's formal, more formal, most formal. Apakah kamu sakit? For Mr. President, we cannot say kamu because it's kind of like, yes, it's formal, but we have to say like Bapak or Bapak Presiden, Sir or Mr. President to make it really, really more formal. Apakah ibu sakit? Madam, ibu, madam, Mrs. And this also has one meaning, same, but we put it in 5 ways. And I put this one with blue colors because, how to say it? I don't suggest this. It will be used for casual or daily conversation, but if you really want to be more formal, I suggest these 3 sentences. Apa warna kesukaanmu? Apa, what, warna, color. Mu is suffix mu from kamu, from you. It becomes mu to make it your, but it becomes suffix. Suka is like or prefer, like. Kesukaan, it has prefix ke, suffix an. With mu, another suffix. Kesukaanmu, your favorite. Kesukaanmu, your favorite. Suka is like. Kesukaan is favorite. Mu is your. Kesukaanmu, your favorite. Apa warna kesukaanmu? What color? Favorite. Your favorite. So when we have to ask what is your favorite color, in Indonesian language we ask with what color? Favorite. Your as suffix. This is formal. Or we can make it more formal, more polite, or politer, or softening, or respect more, or strengthen the what. Apakah warna kesukaanmu? And then this one. We can put it like this. Warna apakah kesukaanmu? Color, what, your favorite. But as we can see here, this is what, this is what. But if you put the color and then we put the what here, it's translated more into which. This apa, it's more into which color. It's like this one, what is your favorite color? What is your favorite color? But if we say it like this, it will be which color, because warna apa is translated as which color. Warna apa kesukaanmu, or can be warna apakah, strengthening kesukaanmu. What color? What color? Which color? your favorite, your favorite, your favorite. What, which. If you put the apa or apakah in between. Yeah? And then this one also formal, but I don't suggest it because this is more formal if you want to be really safe. But you will hear also this in the daily on conversation. Warna apa kesukaanmu? Like the one that I said before. Which color you like? Your favorite? This one more formal. This one I cannot say it as informal, really cannot, because this is formal too. But if we have degree, yeah. I don't want to keep repeating, you will really hate me about that. And this one, kesukaanmu warna apa? Kesukaanmu warna apakah? Your favorite? As we see here, warna apa or warna apakah, if the warna or the color appear first, it is translated as which. Because what, if the apa in front or start the sentence, but if the apa or the what in the middle, like this or this at the last or the end of the sentence, it's more into translated into which. Which color is your favorite? Kesukaanmu warna apa? Kesukaanmu warna apakah? Ya. Apa or apakah? What? Nama, name. Ibu kota, capital. Indonesia, Indonesia. So when we have to ask what is the capital of Indonesia, we say it with what, name, capital, Indonesia. I will just repeat this one more time about the suffix ka to make the question strengthen, or to make it politer, more polite, to make it more formal, even though without the suffix ka it's already formal, but to make it more formal, especially when we have to ask someone we respect like Mr. President or the king, or sometimes we also use ka question word for little kid to teach them about politeness or something like that. Yeah, this is my last time. I will repeat here, but yeah, the suffix ka. Siapa, who, siapakah, who, nama, name, pria, male or man, tersebut. Tersebut is polite, really formal and really polite. We can say it with itu or that, to say that man or that male. But when we have to say it really formal way, we say it that with tersebut. Who, name, male or man, that is when we have to say what is his name, or what is that man or that male's name. We say it with who, siapa. We use siapa for person, even though it's name. But name of a person, name of a male, name of a man, that's why we use siapa. Even though siapa is who, but it's translated as what is that man's name. Siapa or siapakah, who, ia or dia, he or she, can be he, can be she. We just say it with ia or dia. Really formal way or really formal for someone we really respect. Instead of ia or dia to say he or she, we say it with beliau. Really formal. This is formal, this is more formal. Who is he? Who is she? Who is that person? Siapa or siapakah, ia or dia or beliau. So we can use siapa or who for who, or we also use for what. Even though this is name, but this is name of a person. So we have to use siapa. When is kapan or kapankah. When. Mereka, they. Menikah, marry. This one can be marry, can be will marry, can be married. Because in Indonesian language or bahasa Indonesia, we have to use time signal to make sure it happens in the present time or in the future, or it's already past or in the previous time. So when we ask this, kapan or kapankah mereka menikah, it can be will marry, can be marry, can be married already or did marry. Sometimes you already know from the previous sentences, talking maybe about they already marry or will or something like that, there's time signal. Sometimes you already know from the conversation, this marry is marry or will marry or married. Sometimes you know from the information surrounding, or sometimes you will never know. Or sometimes you know from the sentence after with other information given. But yeah, that's in Indonesian language. It's like if you ask your parents or your friend's parents, of course, you ask kapan mereka menikah, your friend's parents in Indonesian language, it's really common to have child after married. So of course we already know that this menikah is married. But if we see like my friend's little sister or little brother with boyfriend or girlfriend, when I ask kapan mereka menikah, of course will marry. Yeah. Bila or bila mana also means when, but rarely used to say when in Indonesian language. Even though if you see the big dictionary of Indonesian language, you will find it. Bila, bila mana as when. And this bila can also mean if. So if you use bila, can be if, can be when. And not many person knows that this bila is when. Sometimes they know that bila is only for if, but bila is also for when, but rarely used. Bila and bila mana is used for Shakespeare alike or poetry. Mereka, they, pergi, go, to Bandung, a city in West Java province in Java Island near Jakarta, Bandung. When they go to Bandung, also same, can be already happened. They already went to Bandung and they already in the other city now. And it can be also will go. And it can also like will go next week, next one, next year, or can be also in hours, in minutes. So when you ask this question, the pergi, the go itself can be went, already done, can be in the future, can be now, can be in the coming future. That's with Indonesian language. We are used with it, maybe for people who use English will not be used with it, but for Indonesian we are used about, there's at least 2 or 3 possibilities when we ask this, but we already know from the information within. Where is di mana? We have to use 2 words. Di mana, where. Di manakah rumahmu? Di mana or di manakah, where. Rumah is house. If you hear voice, it's my cat. He's meowing. Mu, suffix from kamu or you. It means your house, and suffix mu, your house, rumahmu. Where is your house? Where, your house. This one, same. Adik, little sister or little brother, little sibling. Suffix mu, your, adikmu. Your little brother, your little sister, your little sibling. Where's your little sibling? Where's your little brother? Where's your little sister? Di mana adikmu? Di manakah adikmu? Or this one also interesting. Kau is you. Simpan is keep. For this one, you put it together, so we can say like this one, it become one. Sometimes you will find it separated, but it should be put together like this for this one. Kau simpan is you keep, because this kau is from engkau. Engkau is kamu, you, but it becomes prefix because it's from engkau. Prefix kau, it means you, together with simpan, keep, together you keep. Mainan, toy. Main is play, and then you put the suffix an, it becomes toy. Main, play, suffix an, to make it mainan, toy. Suffix ku, from aku, I, it becomes my toy. Where you keep my toy. Kalian berjanji you guys, more than one, you guys, kalian, berjanji, promise, make promise, bertemu, meet, or sometimes we say berkumpul. Berkumpul is collected. Yeah, you guys promise to be collected. Di mana? Where? To be collected or meet? Where? Can also like this. Kalian berjanji bertemu or berkumpul di mana? Mengapa? Why? Mengapakah mereka, they, menangis, cry? And we use also why with kenapa or kenapakah. Kenapa or kenapakah, it's more into why or what's wrong. When we say mengapa or mengapakah, it's why. But when we use kenapa or kenapakah, we can say it as why, but we can also say it as what's wrong with or what's wrong. Can be translated what's wrong with. I kind of think there's cat's fur here. What's wrong or what's wrong with, because we don't use the with. Kamu is you. So what's wrong or what's wrong with or why you. Or we can also use like your car, mobil, car, mu, the suffix mu from kamu, you, your car. Or if we don't want to use it as suffix, we use mobil, kamu, car, you, two words. But if you put it car and then you, it means your car. Kenapa kamu? Kenapakah kamu? Kenapa mobilmu? Kenapakah mobilmu? Kenapa or kenapakah mobil kamu? What's wrong? Why? Is there something wrong with? Or this one I put with this color because I suggest these sentences, but you will hear this in the daily conversation. I cannot say it's informal or formal, so but I just suggest this one, but you will hear this one too. Kamu, kenapa? You, why? What's wrong? Is there something wrong? Or kamu, kenapakah? You, why? What's wrong? Is there something wrong? Or we can change the kamu or the you with mobilmu or mobil kamu, your car, car you, your car. Mobilmu or mobil kamu, kenapa or kenapakah? Your car, what's wrong? Is there something wrong? Why? And this one, how? We know that we have two how. This how that we use for how are you and how is it or how to make, how to something. We use the how bagaimana or bagaimanakah. And we have other how for say how much, how long, how something with the other one which is berapa. Bagaimana, bagaimanakah, how. Kabar is news. Mu, suffix mu, from kamu, your news, kabarmu, to say how are you. Bagaimana kabarmu? Bagaimanakah kabarmu? Or sometimes we say apa kabar? Apa from apa? What? Kabar? News. To say how are you, we can just say it simple into 2 words. Apa kabar? What news? Or we can change with kabar, news, ayah, father. How are you, father? If you want to say with father, it becomes 2 words instead of 1. Kabar, ayah, father. The front same like this one. Yeah, just fill here. Or this one also with this color, because it's you will hear it in daily conversation, but I will suggest this one. But you will hear this also used for daily conversation. Kabarmu, your news, or kabar ibu, mother, news. Bagaimanakah, how. Kabarmu bagaimanakah? Just to say how are you, or how are you ma'am, how are you Mrs., how are you madam. Kabar ibu bagaimanakah? Yeah. This one should be with capital if you want to use this one, because we'll start the sentence. Bagaimana or bagaimanakah, how, cara, way. Cara is, yeah, we can say it as way. Or to do, no, it's kind of way. Membuat, make. Or if you want to change the word, mendapatkan, get. How to make or how to get. If we want to say to make or to get, membuat or mendapatkan, and then something. Now we will learn about how. That is not used for how are you, how is it, how to make, how to deal, how to get. We want to make how many or how much. Berapa, how. Many or much, 1 word. Banyak. Berapa banyak. How many, how much. We can use the suffix ka here. Here. Or we can use the suffix ka here. We already learned in the previous video. I will repeat. I will not put this one into sentences because this already quite lots of. Berapakah banyak? If you put the kah here, berapa banyak? Berapakah banyak? How many, how much? And this is to strengthen the how, and then many or much. But if we put the kah here, we already know that it looks or it's kind of considered as many or much. But we want to know the exactly of the amount, like money, many or much. This one we already know it's many or much. Berapa banyakkah? Berapa lama? Long. This one is for time or duration. How long? For time or duration. If we want to strengthen or make it more polite or politer or more formal or softening. Berapakah lama something? How long something? The duration or time. But if we already know that it's long, the duration is long, but we want to know we know it's long. We want to know exactly the length. We put the kah here. Berapa lamakah? And then for the long, this is the length of duration time. This is the long length of meter, centimeter, or inch, foot, feet. Berapa panjang? How long? To strengthen the how long. Berapakah panjang? In this one we put the kah with the panjang or long. We already know this is long. We want to know the exactly, but we know it's long. Berapa panjangkah? Because if this one, berapa panjang, or this one, berapakah panjang, there's possibility it's short. But we want to measure the length, how long. But if this one, berapa panjangkah, we already know we know it's long. We want to know the exactly. This, berapa harga, how, cost or price. This one we always have to put, if we want to put the kah with the how, because we cannot this is price or cost, there's no logical explanation to put the kah here. So if you insist you want to put the kah, berapakah harga, cost or price, mainan ini, toy, this toy, how much, how many. And there's interesting thing, jumlah is amount, jumlah, banyak is amount, also it means many, lots of, much. We use these two sentence, two formation to say how many or how much, the amount. Berapa jumlah, how amount, to say how many or how much. With this one, mainan is toy, adik is little brother or little sister or little sibling. We put the kah here if you want to put the kah. Berapakah, how, jumlah, amount. We cannot put here kah because that is amount. We cannot do anything with amount. But if we say it with this way, banyak, banyak is lots of, many or much, lots of. We put the banyakkah because we already know it's lots of or it's many. So we want to know the exactly how many, the exactly number of the lots of, because we already know it's lots of. Berapa banyakkah mainan adik, little brother or little sister toy or toys. We don't have to put this one in repeat, mainan, we don't have to, because in Indonesian language we don't have number here. Of course you put the lots of here. In English you have to put toys, but in Indonesian language we just put in one, in singular or single instead of plural, mainan. But we already know it's lots of. You don't have to repeat, because if you repeat, it's wrong. Yeah, it's against the rule. So interesting thing. With this one, you just have to put the ka here if you want to. Cannot be here. If this one, we can put here too the ka, but the really exact one or so, if you want to put the ka, better here than if you put the ka here. Yeah. And last one, I don't have space anymore, I will just correct here where, but if you want to say which, we change the D into yang. How to write it? I will just write it here. Yang itself as a word, yang, it can be which, it can be that, yang. But if we use mana, it becomes two words. Yang mana, it means which. Yang mana or yang manakah, it means which. Rumahmu, your house. You don't have to use the is, you just have to say which and then your house. It's already means which one, which is your house. Which, your house. Yang mana, yang manakah rumahmu. Or we cannot change this one, but we can change this one. Yang itself which or that, but if we use mana, two words, yang mana or yang manakah, it means which one or which. Adikmu, your little sibling, little sister, little brother. Let's say like there's lots of toddlers, or yeah, which one is your little sister, which one is your little brother. You say it, yang mana or yang manakah. Special one for where, we have di mana as where or di manakah, but we also have ke mana. I will just erase this one. Ke mana or ke manakah as also where. We say di mana or di manakah to say where for in or at or on. But when you have to say something with to as where, we have to use ke. Let's say this one, they go to, sorry my microphone fall, Bandung, they go to the city, to Bandung. In this way, we have to use where with ke mana. Let's say ke mana or manakah mereka, they. I have to delete this one, erase. Pergi, as we can see here, to say where or to ask where, we cannot use di anymore because they will go to somewhere. That's why when we have to say where for something, to somewhere, place, we say it with ke mana or ke manakah. Mereka, they, pergi, go. Thank you.